I'm Megan Mitchell. This is my co-host, John Morrison, and you are listening to the True North Racing Podcast.
Time to strap in, pull those belts, and get ready for an action-packed episode of the True North Racing Podcast. Are you ready to unhelmet your favorite racers? Get ready for the most fun you'll have outside the racetrack to get you ready for the next race. You're listening to John Morrison and Megan Mitchell, and this is the True North Racing Podcast.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the True North Racing Podcast, presented by Driving With Hailey. I'm your host, John Morrison. Joining me, as always, is our amazing co-host, Megan Mitchell. Megan, how the hell are you?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing good. We went racing again this week. Unfortunately, there was rainouts.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Nature is not being too kind to us at the start of this season. For anyone who knows, I was supposed to go to Sunset Speedway on Saturday, but Mother Nature was like, no, you're not. We were supposed to record a race day vlog with Roy Wilkie, and unfortunately, Mother Nature won before we could even make it there. Before I even left the house.
Yeah.
I was at the gym getting a morning workout, and you know what? We're going to talk about that in just a couple minutes here because I feel so stupid right now. Because I have a goal right now is I do want to start training for a 5K. I want to get back into running. The problem is I don't like running on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Because I don't like being stationary. I like being able to move. I like being able to see scenery. I want to hear my music and I want to see scenery. If I'm running on a treadmill and I'm watching TV, that is not a good combination for me.
That's understandable.
So, anyways, yeah, I was at the gym yesterday before we, and I was like, you know what? I started listening to a song by Post Malone. It's called Motley Crue.
Oh, okay.
You know that one?
Yeah.
You ever seen the music video for it?
I don't really watch music videos, so I've never seen that.
You youngins don't know nothing good anymore. The music video for it had NASCAR drivers Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace.
I know that.
Yeah. And now you know. Now, again, useless knowledge is key here for my life, okay?
Yeah.
I remember Denny showing that he had a 2311 fire suit. And there was nothing, like, it was kind of a little weird. I was like, oh, like, what's he got that for?
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, he's wearing that fire suit in the music video. They're driving a 2311 Toyota Camry, and I think the other one's a DoorDash or like I can't remember which other car he's driving in it. But Bubba's driving his typical one, and then Denny's driving a 2311 style car. And throughout the music video, I liked it. But I'm running on the treadmill, and Tim Norris and I had a discussion a while ago, and I was like, you know what? There's no race, there's nothing going on. So I'm like, maybe I'll just go shoot some video with the Pro Challenge tonight and just see. And I didn't get some of the shots that I wanted to do for what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Because my initial thought process, this is going to sound really cool. In my opinion, it sounded really cool. It looked cool in my head. Is if there was like 2 or 3 drivers just walking, like on the road or like on the gravel, like going towards like a driver's meeting or something. And I caught them like camera starts up and then kind of pans down and moves away from them as they're walking, kind of thing. And you have the beginning of the music start playing. I think it would have been sick.
That'd be cool.
But one thing's for sure is I didn't learn. Did you see my picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't learn, eh?
Did it actually, did something happen to it?
The back of the screen cracked, So like where you watch the footage.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's not terrible. It still works.
Yeah.
But as Jacqueline said, we're no more. I said that last week on the a couple weeks ago on the show.
You're done.
You're done. She comes over and I'm trying to put the camera on the car. She's like, "What are you doing? Don't you worry." I do not learn. Anyways, we did go racing because, like I said, we went to Flamborough Speedway last night. Megan, this was week 3 for you guys of points racing here this year. And how are you feeling after your first 3 events of the season?
I'm frustrated. I have a lot of learning to do, a lot of relearning, so it's been frustrating, but I'm not giving up. I know it's coming, so but it's been good. It's been fun having all 4 of us out.
Yeah.
Interesting and heated at times, but you know.
Shall we talk about what happened between family members on the track last night?
Yeah, we can.
So last night, should I add the clip in from Pedal Power?
Sure.
We're gonna throw the clip up right here. As you can see, for anyone watching on YouTube, you guys are gonna be able to see this. And for anyone on Spotify or anything like that, unfortunately, you got to go over to our visual on YouTube to check this out. Megan's dad and sister got into it coming off of turn 2, and I've seen some video of it so far, and Rachel wasn't too happy. As no word of a lie, she didn't even stick a middle finger out at her dad. She gave him a thumbs down.
I feel like that hurts more.
Depends on who it is.
Yeah.
So Megan, after that 20, and I think it was during that caution, you pulled off the track.
Yeah, there was 2 cautions. There was one for Rachel spinning, and then there was one for my dad and Leo, like half lap after. So, or no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something
happened. Rachel and Rick were in turn 2, and then Leo and Rick were in coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. And then the caution comes out.
That was the second one after the first one was
Alex Stewart.
Yeah.
And then just as you guys got the signs to double them up, all of a sudden I see the orange and white 97 peel off the track, and I'm like, I think Jacqueline said that you said you weren't feeling still the best.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know what? She went out there, she did it. So what was the true story about why you had to pull off?
So in my head, everything goes perfect. And there's no cautions and everything works out great. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to be able to save some gas, and I'm not putting any more in after second practice. I looked at the gauge and I'm like, I'm going to be fine. But it took a lot of pace laps to get us lined up. And then we had a first caution that had a lot of caution laps.
Yep.
Then a second caution came out, and I'm watching my gas gauge drop, and it's like right on empty. We're at 9 laps, and I'm like, is it really worth it? Like, I don't know how far this car can go before it's going to start sputtering. So I kind of waited, and then they said to double up, and something in me was like, you know what? It's not worth playing that risky game. So I just got off the track. So yeah, I thought I could do it. I might have been able to make it to the end. I don't know, but I felt like it was not the day to risk it, with like it being a full moon a couple days before. So yeah, there was that.
Oh boy, yeah, it was wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how. And so what's the lesson that we learned here?
Not everything's gonna go perfectly.
I thought the lesson was fill up after practice.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I should be going out on the track with a certain amount of gas in my car every time, just
Yeah.
so I'm aware. But
Yep.
I don't know.
Hey, we live and we learn, and that's the beauty of it. Sometimes we make mistakes. I think even Cam Thompson last year ran out of fuel
Yeah.
in a feature. So it happens to the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't be too hard on ourselves over it.
Yeah.
Speaking of being hard on ourselves, last night that myself, Brandon Feeney, Megan Mitchell, and Jacqueline were all in one spot together. The problem was two people just got their 2024 crew shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and the one who hands them out didn't wear his.
Nope.
So I still thought, what a great idea. Let's get a group photo. So we went down to the front stretch after the races, and we finally got a photo of the Joe Media team. Brandon, myself, Jacqueline, and Megan were all in the same photo together. So now we can use that instead of using our photo from like 3 years ago, 3 years ago, and then pasting Feeney into it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right? But yeah, so it's definitely nice to be able to have a photo. But shortly after that, I don't even remember how the topic came up, but I think I made a comment about how it'd be a great idea to have the kids come out and run from the restart line or from the start line where you're supposed to hit the green, not the actual start finish line.
Yeah.
But back down by turn 4, to the start finish line. I still think you throw out $100 for the adults to do a lap. First one to come back around.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, so there's gonna be people from the pits who come out for that.
Oh yeah.
$100. There's my new tire from you. There's half a tire.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna talk to Kevin about that. See if I'll throw out $150, $50 for the kids, $100 for the adults.
Cool.
We're gonna make it happen at some point this summer. I think it'd be fantastic.
I think so. Even make them run like the go-kart track. Make it really interesting.
We would need Quentin Murdoch there to help us follow. So to follow. Hey, how do you guys run? Should we make it a simple way, hard way? What should we do here? We're gonna make them start on the backstretch then, because that's where their start finish line is, on the backstretch.
Yeah.
So are we gonna make them start over there, or are they gonna make them start at the front stretch? Oh,
true.
That's big brain thinking right there. No, but like something like that, I think would be fun. One, for the kids, it's gonna tire them out for their parents. They're not gonna be worried. All right, little Timmy, it's time to go. Okay.
Awesome.
Not one more race.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Kevin about that. But anyways, we held our first race last night because I got challenged to do it. The first race was myself, Jacqueline, and Rachel. We headed down to turn 3 and 4. I showed them where the line was, and we're gonna show you the clip right here. As you guys can see, I got out to a quicker. I think I'm not gonna say I jumped the start, but I think I timed that perfectly where I almost jumped it. Like if I waited another millisecond,
yeah,
like I'll give myself a half a second. If I waited another half a second, I would have lost. But I think I timed that just right to get a good jump. But you guys be the judge here if I jumped or not. Tell me if I'm wrong.
3, 2, 1, go!
After I won the first race, and then I had to get my win back because that was a long run for me. And then Feeney challenged me to go again. So Jacqueline, myself, and Feeney went down there after a few minutes. We were all just kind of talking, having fun. And Megan sent us off this time. And Feeney had the jets turn on at the second half of that race.
I wasn't expecting that.
We were pretty even right up until that like halfway mark, and then he just two-stepped us and was gone. And
He did.
of course, he turned back around and flipped us the bird as he crossed the start-finish line.
On your mark, get set, go!
Oh.
But yeah, we're as you guys can see there, we just showed you the video as well. It was a lot of fun. Let's be real, that was fun. It's always a good time when we can go out onto the track afterwards and have a little fun like that, just as friends. Because like, it's great hanging out in the pits. I'll be real, it's fun hanging out in the pits. But you know what's also fun? When you get to go on the racetrack and race against your friends.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have cars, just go out.
Exactly.
I'm sure because Sally was like, what are they doing on the front stretch right now?
Yeah.
How did the fat guy win? I'm sure that's what he was thinking after the first one.
Should have had everybody come watch.
No one would believe me unless we had it on video, which is why we're showing it to everyone. But yeah, it was a great night of racing. The Ontario Pro Challenge, they definitely that second feature wasn't the best for them.
Yeah, I saw a lot of cars coming off.
Yeah, they the second feature there, they had 3 attempts at a green-white checker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they typically wreck going into turn 1 on the green flag.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, they had to call the race on that one, 2 laps shy, because I was waiting for them to actually sing. Like after the second one, I was expecting them to say like, "Okay, single file, let's get this thing done."
Right.
No, they just kept doubling, either single file or do 1, 2, 3 double up after that, because the wrecks were happening in the first 2 to 3 rows. So if you eliminate those first 2, 3 rows a little bit, you may have gotten a better result out of it. But my camera survived from the night of the Pro Challenge. Late models, they were exciting. There was a few APC guys who came out. We saw Ray Morneau, Glenn Stiers, Tyler DiVincenzo. They were all out there testing for the APC race here in a couple weeks, and that'll be I'm gonna be actually heading out to that race. I'll be there because we're gonna do our race day vlog, because you guys are racing that night.
Oh yeah.
That's the APC race you guys are on, is that night. Which that'll be fun because we'll be there with Cam Thompson to record a race day vlog and see how he does. And that way I can stay a little bit later and watch the APC race.
There you go.
Well, it should be my first APC race to watch in quite some time.
Really?
Last time I was at an APC race was the CVMs in 2021, I think, when they were on the schedule with them.
Right.
So that's going back a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. We do got to send out a big congratulations to a couple of fantastic Canadian drivers. Saturday night at Owasso Speedway, Chase Pinstone not only set quick time, and I think I saw that he broke a track record as well. But Chase Pinstone and Kyle Steckley finished 1-2 in the CRA Jigs All-Star Series race at Saturday night at Owasso Speedway. Which, by the way, I'm not surprised.
No.
Like those guys, they're great for the sport as a Canadian fan, because you know the people in Southern Ontario, we already gravitate towards those types. Like I saw Kyle in a junior late model. I've seen him race mini stocks. I saw him get in behind the wheel of a pro late. Watched him dominate his, like, I think it was his first full season in the pro lates, and then go on to win his, like I even said to Jacqueline, yeah, because I was at that race that Kyle won. I looked at Jacqueline and said, okay, Steckley's out there. Watch him. He's going to go win. And guess what he did? He went out there, was there at the end, and won the race.
That's sweet.
Like, I'm like, this kid is something special.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very evident by watching him. And, you know, we couldn't be more proud. We couldn't be more proud of Chase Pincinel as well, because we need to see these Canadians go down south to compete.
Definitely.
You know, we got great Canadian talent here that needs to be, let's just say the wrong way, exploited. That's it. Like, that's what they need. We need to. Train Lapsovich is doing a hell of a job in the Cars 2 or late model stock down in North Carolina. He's doing a fantastic job in it. Didn't have the results he was looking for on Saturday, but if you watch him overall, he is in the top 5 every weekend. He's starting in the top 5 or finishing in the top 5 every weekend he races. And that's
good.
That's fantastic. Someone's going to take notice of these kids that we got up here. And who knows? Maybe we'll see Trayton in a truck next year, an ARCA race. Same thing with oh crap, Kyle Steckley. Like Saturday, Rhett Jones Racing, who Kyle drives for in the States, has an Xfinity program now. Not only do they have a super late model team, but they're also got an ARCA team and an Xfinity team. Kyle now has stepping stones within that program. And that's what we need to see. We need to see these guys go down south. They got great backing. They got some great backing. It's great to see.
It is. It's really good.
Oh yeah. We need to see more of it. We got some great drivers up here. We got Ray Morneau. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah.
If you watch how he races, he is phenomenal. He does a really methodical job at how he races. And I've watched some great race car drivers.
Yeah. I
Like,
like to see Carson Nagy too go.
Nagy's another one.
Yeah.
Absolute hot shoe. Like, went out there Friday night at Delaware. Did you see that race?
I saw some of it, not all of it though.
Did you watch his Porsche TikTok?
No.
Because he did put it up on TikTok.
Okay.
But there was like a restart, I think, with like 4 to go, and him and Lane Zardo had a battle for the ages. Looked phenomenal, and then Trevor Colliver was right there. Trevor's another one. Trevor Colliver, another guy. Got right there on Nagy. Couldn't try to give him a little bump and run coming out of 3 in the 3 and 4 there, but just couldn't get it done. And it guaranteed in 5 laps, if that was a green flag, Colliver was going back to back.
Yeah.
Which, again, insane. But yeah, I would love to see Nagy get a shot. I'd love to see Colliver get a shot. Again, there's more talent coming up too.
Oh, for sure.
Camrath is another one. I'm sure we're gonna see both Camrath kids from Craig and Andrew. But yeah, we got so much Canadian talent, and I hope we see some of these guys go to the States. That's all I want to see.
I hope so.
As you guys can notice, we're doing a little bit bigger of an opening segment, and that's because we're not going to do a closing segment. So before we continue on, before we bring in this week's guest, we're going to get into this week's Driving with Hailey Vehicle Spotlight. And it's brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Driving with Hailey, which, by the way, she celebrated a birthday on Saturday, and she got out there on the track and raced a pure stock for the first time. Did a phenomenal job. It was great to see her out there. She did a hell of a job. But hopefully, who knows, we'll maybe see her get more into these cars this year.
Yeah.
But this week is a 2021 Cadillac XT6. It is Oh no, what are we doing? What are we doing wrong this time? It is all-wheel drive. It's got a 3.6 liter V6. It seats 7, got 4 doors. Ooh. Man, if I had some money, I would get this one. It's got cooled seats.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I get swamp ass in the middle of summer,
Yeah.
and that would help me out immensely. It's got leather interior, heated steering wheel, blind spot sensors, sunroof, park assist. Um, it looks, again, it's one of those vehicles. I know I say this every week, you guys, but it's also an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's only got 69,768 kilometers. It's an automatic, and by judging these pictures, you guys already know what I'm about to say. It is a beautiful looking ride. And I know I say that every week, but it's true. Sorry, it's true. When the vehicles look this good, as you guys are seeing here on the photos, is that the vehicle looks amazing. So if you guys are looking for a new car or a new to you car, get a hold of Hailey Hill at Driving with Hailey. You guys can find her on Facebook at Driving with Hailey. You guys can also email her hhill@rightride.ca. You guys can also give her a quick call as well. I feel like I'm gonna be stupid here. Again, I need to start writing this stuff down a little bit more now.
Just have it noted right there.
Noted, yeah, because I always forget the number, and it's such an easy number to remember. You guys also give her a shout at 289-808-2828. If you guys, doesn't matter what kind of credit you got, she will find a vehicle for you. She helped me find my 2017 Grand Caravan, and again, I love it. She helped me out. It was such an easy process to get it done. It was great working with her, and I'll be going back to her once again when I need a new vehicle. And there's already been a couple that I've seen that I really, really like, and if it wasn't for the fact that this van is perfect for what I need to do right now, I would be trading it in and getting one of those vehicles. So yeah, if you guys, doesn't matter if you guys are looking for a vehicle, even if there's not a vehicle that we share that you like, get a hold of her. She will find the vehicle for you, which is awesome. So get a hold of Hailey. She has been amazing. Again, congratulations, Hailey, on getting doing your first race on Saturday night. We here at Joe Media Promotions is super proud of you, and we hope to see you again more this summer. And again, happy belated birthday. Yeah, it was great to see her out there. So, but I think that's enough. I think the people are tired of hearing about our weekend and what we got up to, and I think they want to hear from this week's guest. What do you think?
I think so.
All right, guys. So let's get into our this week's GraphInk Design Studio guest segment featuring Chase Wilson. Joining us right now in our GraphInk Design Studio guest segment, we are being joined by Chase Wilson. Chase, how's it going, man?
Not bad, you guys.
Doing pretty good. Welcome to the show. And first of all, let's get this out of the way. How has your off season been?
It's been pretty entertaining. We picked up a new car this off season.
Okay.
So we've been in the garage a lot getting that together. We got a Ford motor, so we've been trying to get a Ford motor into normal chassis. They're typically built for Chevys, right? So
yeah,
been pretty entertaining trying to get parts and all that stuff. But we've got her done, and been out once or twice now. We went once. We just got out last weekend there to one of our Reveal the Hammer series races down in Michigan.
So then let's change the topic here. How was that first race of the year down at Owasso?
It wasn't what we thought. We qualified pretty decent compared to the field that was there. We put it in the top 15, and then we did 2 laps, and the fuel pump went on the car. So that was our night there.
Gotta love when something like that. Like you don't prepare for something. You can't prepare for something like that to fail as well.
No, nothing. Something like that, not at all. It just is what it is.
But you guys are gonna get one put in the car and get ready for the season, eh?
Yeah, like I believe next weekend there is Sunset. That's down by where you guys are.
Yep.
Yeah, Sunset. So I think we're gonna go to that. It all depends on how this fuel pump situation goes, and then back to the Reveal the Hammer series. And I think Laird's gonna open up for the first race of the year.
Nice. Now I gotta take a look at that.
Yeah.
I gotta see when they're running up there up at sunset. Because if I have the night off, I may try and make a trip over to Sunset.
Yeah, it's this coming Saturday, I believe, this coming weekend.
Oh, it's this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
Damn it! I think I'm already busy that week. Showdown. Oh yeah, look at that. Saturday, June 1st, Showdown in Simcoe County. Sponsor Appreciation Night, 3 p.m. start. Featuring the Ontario Outlaw Super Late Models on Opportunity Knox Mini Stock Invitational, Bone Stocks Junior Late Models, Kids Bike Races, and I miss those. The Kids Bike Races, those are fun.
Yeah.
So you race. I up there. They're called, I guess, Wedge Body Outlaws, or what do you guys call them up there?
Yeah, Outlaw Super Late Models.
Outlaw Super. Okay. I know I've heard Wedge Body Outlaws and Super Late Models.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, sometimes they refer to them as the Wedge Body Warriors or something along those lines, but
okay. So let's get into this here. First of all, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll get going from there.
well, as you know already, my name's Chase Wilson. I've been racing since I was about 4.5, 5. I started in a quarter midget. And so yeah, I've been at it for quite a while, to be honest, but did that, and then I hopped into a full body, like a factory stock almost. And then well, no, before that we did an extreme four, they're called. They're 4 cylinders, but they're full body cars with 4-cylinder in them. And then I went to like a factory stock, and I actually raced against JP Del Paggio. You guys had him on a couple weeks there.
Yep.
COVID happened. Then I got into modifieds after that, and now we're into the Outlaw Super Late Models, and I love it. It's the best car I've ever driven. They're so fun.
That's sweet.
That definitely answered my next question. I was going to ask how you enjoy those things, because they look like they are such a blast to race. I've seen them run probably a handful of times over at Flamborough Speedway. The sound that they make, the power that they got, just everything about the cars is so enticing. So you got into racing when you were a young kid. How old are you now, by the way, just so we can clear this up, so we get ages correct?
Now I'm 20.
Now you're 20?
Yeah.
Damn. 15 years of race. You're the kind of people that employers are looking for. You got 15 years of experience at 20 years old.
Yeah.
You got into the quarter midgets. Where were you racing with those?
Those were down in Lansing in the States.
Okay.
So my dad actually he took me to a couple there, but he was busy racing Outlaw Super Late Models when I was a kid.
Okay.
So his buddy Ron Caruso used to take me to Lansing every couple weekends there and go racing, and it was fun. Those things fly. You don't let up on them. They rip around those little tracks. So they got some cool facilities to put on a show for young kids.
That's awesome. So which track was it in Lansing? I'm just trying to remember which one it is. Is it
Honestly,
like Lansing, or?
I can't exactly remember. There was 2 tracks we used to go to, and I can't exactly remember the name of them. I just know they're both in Lansing area.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to I always like to make so we get these correct, because that, of course, it's songs. Oh,
Yeah.
So how I put in songs in Lansing, Michigan. Race tracks. So obviously you had a blast doing those. Those seem like, we've had a few guys on who've raced tracks like that before. They always seem like they're a blast. So yeah, there's Corrigan, Oil Raceway, Owasso's just a little north of there, and there's also I-96, which is a dirt track. That's what I got on my up on my sheet here. And we also got the East Lansing kart track, and then Buckley Racing. So, which, by the way, like, how far of a drive is it for you to get down there? Just out of curiosity.
Down to like Owasso?
Yeah.
It's about anywhere from 4 to 4.5 hours. It's nothing crazy.
Okay. No different than if we were to drive from where we are, kind of deal. So
yeah, I think you guys over there is pretty much the same distance, eh?
yeah, I used to drive to Toledo, Ohio every weekend, and it was about 4.5 hours from Mississauga. So which I was, and that's the worst part. I lived like 5 minutes away from Toledo Speedway, and I never went to a race there. I hated it. But no, it's so yeah, racing down there. It was a blast. Obviously, as a kid, you get to go racing. You get pulled. On your weekends, you're busy doing that. Growing up, you obviously grew up in a racing family, so you know it was already in your blood, kind of from the start. Um, as you progress through the ranks here up into full body cars and modifieds and now super late models, what's been the transition like for you as you move forward through racing?
It's been fairly smooth. Like car wise, we've wrecked a couple cars, obviously, but um, nothing that couldn't be replaced. And comparing modifieds to supers, modifieds are real erratic. Like I got the chance to hop back in one of my old cars yesterday. We were testing at Kinross just over here where we are, and the guy that bought my old mod, I got to hop in it, and it's just wild, man. They're so erratic, and just, they got small brakes on them, right? Not as like big motor, small brakes, small tire. Compared to everyone thinks the Outlaws are wild, but they're so much easier to drive.
Yeah, I was gonna say Outlaws, that they got all that power, but they also got all that brake. They got all that downforce to keep them
And
glued to the
they run,
track.
yeah, they run the big 10-inch slicks, right? So
Yeah.
compared to a red on the mods that they're starting to run, it's a huge difference.
Oh yeah, because you guys are what, 10-inch on the 10-inch wide
Yeah,
on the super, and then you got 8-inch. And a lot of my 2 inches makes a huge difference in a tire.
oh, yeah, it does. It really does.
Like you don't realize you could be so good in a car. You get those, you get you get 2 extra inches, and you realize how good your stopping capabilities are and how much not easier it is to drive, but how much more smoother it can be.
Yeah, it's just much like more stable of a car.
Yeah. I remember a time when we were at Delaware Speedway for their end of year race, the Great Canadian 300 for the late models. The race, you're running your home track rules kind of deal, you could run your home track tires. So at the
Okay.
time, Flamborough was running 10-inch American Racers, whereas Delaware was still on the 8-inch Hoosiers.
Oh yeah, huge
So
difference.
Ron Sheridan, who ended up winning, which is Megan, which is Jake Sheridan, dad, and Nick Sheridan's dad.
Yeah.
After the race, he got out of the car and said, if there was 5 more laps, you guys wouldn't be talking to me about the win. Because David because David on his 10-inch tires could dive in I think they said 2 car lengths deeper than Sheridan could.
Okay.
Because of the, again, 2 extra inches makes all the difference. But yeah, it's crazy when you jump back into another car, and then you really kind of get a feel for it, and it's just like, I don't remember it driving like this last time I drove it.
Yeah, no, wild. They're totally different.
So this year you've already started the season. You were at the what was it? Reveal the Hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reveal the Hammer super late model series. Are you gonna be racing more of those races, or are you gonna was that one of the few ones you're running?
No, we're gonna try and run the full series.
Okay.
Um, we're in the rookie points now, but after night one, that fuel pump is probably not looking too good. But we're gonna run the series, and so our main thing is we're gonna run that series, and we're gonna run Laird's Thursday night shows, and then anything. So I said Sunset this coming weekend. Anything in between that we can try to get to.
So what I'm hearing is you may end up a few more times in Southern Ontario.
Yeah, like Sunset Sunset and Flamborough. We might get Sunset twice, and then I know Flamborough's got a year-end show. They I think it's the Oktoberfest or
Yeah,
fall, in the fall there.
Frosttoberfest.
We went last. Yeah, there we go. So we went last year, and we'll try to get back this year.
Depending on how that weekend falls, I may have to make a trip out then. I haven't made it to Frosttoberfest in a couple years. Last
Yeah,
time I went,
it's a
it
good
rained
show.
out.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's you know what? That's the thing is, like I'm going to Sobel at the end of the month here, at the end of June for one of their races, and the last two races I've gone to Sobel have both rained out.
I think now you say it, I think last time I was at Sawville it rained too. It's shitty, eh?
Oh,
Make all
it's
drive for nothing.
well this time around. Actually, I'm taking my kids. I'm taking Jacqueline as my wife, Jacqueline, up there as well, and we're going to camp out at Sobel Falls 10 Trailer Park once again because one, it's a beautiful area to camp out, and two, you got the beach right there. Like you got to make a weekend out of it.
Oh yeah, a lot of there's people from the Sioux when they head up that way, they take the extra couple days off work there and they make a weekend out of it.
Oh yeah. Uh, so yeah, you're racing the Reveal the Hammer series. You're running Laird's Thursday night show, which is there a lot of work then you'd have to do to change your vehicle over to get ready for um to head down to the States to go run one of the Reveal the Hammer series races?
Not really. It's the exact same cars, same rules, same everything. Just
Okay.
down there they got bigger tracks.
Yeah.
Oh, you might want to open your motor up, bigger gear, all that kind of stuff. That's about it though.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I know sometimes like I used to know a lot of guys who made it look pretty easy when we changed over from a Friday to a Saturday show. Um, to the point where they had a car specifically for Saturday night, but
Yeah.
their Friday night car was also someone else's Saturday night car show. So uh, I've been in that garage thrashing on it, just trying to get it changed over for the next race. And sometimes just getting it set up is a little awkward because you're trying to get it from like a short track to a longer track, or well, I guess vice versa. You're getting from a longer track to a short track. Um, so what is it like for you guys running Laird Raceway in your kind of car?
Laird, well, I grew up racing at Laird, so it's as a driver, it comes pretty easy. I've done so many laps there now, but um, I don't know, like really it's the same exact cars. So definitely Laird doesn't take as much power as the newer tracks do, like a Wasso in the States. It's just makes sense, right? The bigger track, more fresh asphalt. It's just a lot more grippier too. So they could take the power there. Laird doesn't really take power. It's a little older track, smaller tracks. So besides detuning and that kind of thing, it's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's with that. Yeah, with that, it's just trying to get it set up is making sure you get the car set up correctly, right? It's just like you said, detuning and making sure it's set up correctly. Um, Megan, I sent you a question. You there? Sorry. At the end of the season, you guys have a big race weekend to kind of culminate the entire race season. Why don't you talk about it a little bit for us up at Laird?
Yeah, it's called the Mike Parsons Memorial. So they put on a $10,000 to win, and I'm not sure they pay pretty good just to show up. I think it's pretty good money, like 800 to $1,000, I believe.
Wow.
But yeah, it's been I think we're going on 2 years now doing that one. It's brought in a few guys from down south where you guys are. There's a few guys that come typically. The passers, you probably know the passers.
Yep.
They got a few cars, they bring them. And first year we were running second with a lap to go against Passer. One of Passer's cars had the lead, and we went into 1 and 2, and I got into him a little bit and spun him, and so that was put us to the back with 1 to go. So that was our night, and then this last year we actually won it. So we partied pretty good there, and we had a good time. We made a time out of it, but having Donnie and Rita bring that kind of money, and especially into a town where we are, doesn't have all that kind of drivers, right? The population side of things, it's cool. Like they're trying to draw racing and people into to get it big again. But they're doing a pretty good job. Even our regular nights this year, I think the grandstands are packed almost every Thursday night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this isn't a shot at our local home track, but we barely get like 150 to 200 people in the grandstands each and every week, and it's great to see other tracks pack the place and sell out. And as we were talking to JP a couple weeks ago, there he was telling us about how much of a fantastic weekend that Mike Parsons Memorial race is, and like I'm planning on coming up next year because like I've been bragging about it with the wife, saying like, hey, like we need to go. Like this seems like such a cool place to go. Of course, her first question is like, how far of a drive is it? I'm like,
Yeah,
let's go 8 hours. We'll take it.
yeah,
But it still looks like such a like I've checked out pictures, I've checked out videos from the speedway, because a couple years ago I was actually working for a motorsports magazine down here, and part of my job was actually to reach out to tracks and make sure their stuff was up to date. And me being the person I am, I didn't know there, like, because when we talk about racing, especially down here in Southern Ontario, we talk about Sauble, Sunset, Peterborough, Flamborough, Delaware, Varney, Grand Bend, places like that.
yeah,
We usually forget that there's tracks further north. And of course, when I started doing research about Laird Raceway, I was like, they're throwing up 10K to win, and I
yeah,
never hear a word spoken of it down here. And it kind of pissed me off
yeah,
because y'all have thrown up that kind of money. And of course, I heard Dario went up there, the 03 car, he went up. I know he raced up there a couple. I don't know if he went last year, but I know he went up the year before. I've known a couple of the guys who've gone up, but we don't hear about it down here, and it kind of upsets me that we don't talk more about Northern Ontario racing, because there are tracks there. There is a racing community up there, and clearly you guys are doing something to bring in the fans. And even if that's running on a Thursday night, which by the way, y'all are nuts for running on a Thursday night, because I'm sure you still got to go to work Friday morning.
yeah, exactly.
So so how about this? I want to know, because I didn't ask JP this. Talk me through a race night and what it entails for you guys. Like, what time do gates open? What time do you guys practice? When does racing usually end? Like, when do you usually get out of there? Like, break me down through a race day.
Yeah, so practice, I believe, roughly like what I can remember, I think practice starts around 5 or 6 ish. No, I think it starts around 5. Qualifying is usually around 6. Racing, they try to get the green flag dropped by 7. So they have an enduro class too now, which prolongs the night, but they run them at the end of the night. But so racing starts at 7. We do one heat race. The other classes all do 2 heat races, I believe, and then we all do a feature. And then they usually go till pretty late. Like they try to get everything as quick as they can, but sometimes you just can't help it, right? It gets pretty late.
Yeah. So,
But
what time do you typically get out of there at then?
out of Laird,
Yeah.
Probably midnight. Like by the time we're done and we get the car loaded and
Yeah.
probably midnight.
As soon as I heard you go, I was like, oh, it's late.
Yeah, it's usually late. Fridays are a struggle at work for sure.
I could just imagine your boss going, Chase, all week you done great productivity. What's going on? Dude,
Yeah.
I didn't get out of a racetrack last night till 1 a.m.
No, well, my boss used to race.
Did he?
He used to race super late models too, so he tries to let me. Yeah, like on Thursdays he'll try to let me get out as early as I can, right, to get out there and test the car out. But Fridays I'm dragging my ass. Usually it's just like holy shit.
So what I'm hearing is you put in great productivity Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All week long, and then Friday I get to slack off a little bit. Yeah.
You're not looking forward to the weekend. You're looking forward just to recoup from Thursday night.
Yeah, exactly.
No, honestly, it's great to see. It's great to see racing action at other racetracks because that is one of the things we all love. Like we love talking about racing, and when we get a chance to be able to chat with someone from another track, it's that we've never been to. It really helps open our eyes a little bit more because, like, I brought it up to Megan a couple years, the past couple years. I'm like, hey, did you ever hear about Laird has a $10,000 race to win super late model race? She goes, no. I'm like, this is why it needs to be talked about. And it's not the 10K to win, but it's the fact that there is another racetrack in Ontario that we don't talk about.
Yeah, especially if they're bringing in all these fans too, and they're putting on a show. It's then you look down south, like we watched, not beat up on any racetracks, obviously, but we watched the Sunset race the other night. The APC series was there,
Yep.
and it like the fans weren't there.
No, it's and that's the problem too. Is down here, if you want to go see fans, you go to Peterborough Speedway opening night. They do free admission for opening night. That place is packed.
Okay.
And even on a standard night, like I've been on a couple different nights, it is a packed house there. It's hard to get around that place sometimes.
Yeah, that's good.
Their end of season race, their Autumn Colors Classic draws fans all weekend long.
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah. Flamborough, like I said, Flamborough Speedway gets maybe 200 fans a night. Delaware has probably 5,000 people show up. Delaware or Oswego has about 5,000. Same thing with Merrittville on a Saturday night. Like there's some tracks you pull out, but you're right. On a big show such as the APC race, that place should be packed.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess that begs the question: what do you see? I'm not harping on any tracks, but what do you see that Donnie and Rita do up at Laird that make it so successful? What is it that they're doing up there that really helps bring in the community to come to the track?
They're really trying their best. Like I know, like the $10,000 and trying to get drivers there too, obviously. But it was like a COVID thing. After COVID, it started booming again. Everyone wanted to get out of the house, and just ever since then, they've had the fans. They've improved some things. They dropped I think it's 20 and under get in for free. So like the beer gardens are packed.
Yeah. Is there even a beer garden there?
I don't know. It's just yeah, they got a beer gardens. Yeah,
That's awesome.
That'd be nice.
And I guess that's the thing
it's just COVID was.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing is that when you get people who invest in the track into the community, you see everyone come out. Roughly how many people come out on a guesstimation? How many people come out to Laird on a Thursday night?
I think from what I'm hearing, no less than 2,000 last year a night. They averaged.
That is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Ever being able to pull on track and see that, it's like holy cow! Like you want to put on a show for them.
And that's something you want to see though, is you want to see great. And you guys have autograph nights, meet the drivers night kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, last year I don't know if we had any of that last year, but I think Rita's really trying to improve that part of it, getting the fans engaged and do the autograph and all that kind of stuff, which is important too, right? Getting interaction with fans and drivers. That's what the fans really want.
Absolutely. We have, like, I can't tell you how many times to be fair, I have a great video from last year's Meet the Drivers Night at Flamborough Speedway. I know I get another one this year as well. But that it really improves the fan experience because then they get a chance to come down there. They meet the heroes. They meet their heroes, their favorite drivers, with their cars. And I know some drivers, they allow them to sit inside the car because what kid doesn't want to sit behind the wheel of a race car?
Oh yeah, that's the best part for them. They love that.
Even as an adult, I still want to sit in race cars.
Yeah.
Like, there's cars I know I can't fit into, and I'm very well aware of this. But there's others I'm like, I got a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a shot to get in and to get out. I got a shot. So, but it's obviously it's great to see when track ownerships and promoters they reinvest, because then you see more people. And again, I don't know if it'll help with your payouts. I really don't know. But when you get the fan appreciation, or not the fan appreciation, but when you get people to come out to the track and see these races, it really generates a different culture, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because then you really see people come out, then they're invested in the storylines from the season. Like, I'm sure there's times where you've wrecked out one week and someone's come up to you the following week, like, hey man, I was here last week. You had a hell of a run up until XYZ happened. And then this week you just go out there and put on a dominating performance. What happened? Like, to me, it's the storylines throughout a
Yeah.
season that really help with the drivers and the teams and with the track itself, is when they promote these storylines.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like when you can play something up, right, and the fans, like, that's what it engages fans. Like it brings them there, and they want to see two guys battle it out one week, and they make a storyline up. Everyone wants to go the next week and see them battle it out again. Who's going to win, right?
exactly. Like right now, there's definitely a battle in the pure stock division down at Flamborough Speedway between Rachel Mitchell and Rick Mitchell. Which, by the way, that's Megan's dad and sister.
Oh,
Yeah, all four of them race in the same division at Flamborough on a Saturday night, and Megan's sister and dad have both gone into it. What, the last 2 weeks there, Megan?
Yeah, they're running really close.
And on Saturday night, Rick spun Rachel, coming at it too.
oh,
And so, like, in the week before, she punted her dad. So it's again, great storylines that need to be talked about.
yeah, yeah.
Before we continue on here, I think we're gonna get into our tailored to you medium design fan question period. Earlier today, we put out a post saying that you were going to be joining us on the show, and we got ourselves a fan question. Are you ready to answer it?
Sure.
All right. You got it there, Megan?
No.
I sent it to you, did I not? Oh, sorry. I sent it to Hailey by accident. That's why. There we go.
Okay.
Let's try this again.
Okay. Will, oh my god, I need to stop doing that. William _ Trillium said, what would you tell someone who is thinking about racing at Laird?
I think get into it. It'd be a great thing to get into. They, like I mentioned earlier, they opened up this enduro division, this class they got. So it started out with it's like 4 cylinders and V6s, I believe they run. And you just go get a regular car off the street or a scrapyard car. You can put a roll cage in it, and they're just trying to make it super affordable for people to come out and just get their feet wet and fall in love with the sport. And then we've seen a couple of guys go from that to 4 cylinders. I believe there might even be someone hopping into a factory stock now, but it's bringing a lot of people, like a lot of new drivers in. So don't be shy if you can get into something like that, don't be shy to do it. And you never know, you might enjoy it and just keep on going, climb the ranks.
For sure.
So, the factory stock class.
Yeah.
4-cylinder, right?
What's that? Like we got at Laird, we have a 4-cylinder class.
Yeah.
Factory stocks, modifieds, and then Outlaw super late models.
Okay, so what are the factory stocks then? So I can remember. I think JP said that was kind of like a like a 70s and 80s Monte Carlo kind of thing?
Yeah, like kind of like a throwback kind of deal. Not
Okay.
exactly throwback kind of deal, but it's kind of like that. You build motors, no, like not like a regular four cylinder, right? They got built motors and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And then your 4-cylinder class, so obviously it's a 4-banger. Is it kind of just like put a cage in it and go racing?
It can be, yeah, it can be. You just they run stock motors, cage, and there's not for four cylinders. They try and just keep them stock motors, right? There's not a whole lot of adjustability, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They're all fairly. A lot of guys run neons, cobalts, but Mustangs. Some guys got Mustangs, but yeah, they're pretty much just stock four cylinders.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what? No, because what did Megan? Do you remember? You
Mhm.
remember Kyle Newmeister, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did he?
Right.
Was he running mini? Was it a mini stock car? Did he have, or was it a pure stock?
He's had a pure stock, but recently it's been a mini stock. And I think
'Cause
he had that up at Laird, did he not?
that's what I'm trying to remember. If it was because
There,
this were the
what's his,
classifications.
yeah, what's his name again?
Kyle Newmeister. That's the Axel Burnmeister that put us in the same group together.
I wonder if I can't remember. There's someone showed up to the enduro race last year with I think
It was like
a pure
it,
stock
it,
or
it was like it was number 92. I know that because that's their number.
I can't. Was it black and orange car?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
they showed up to the enduro race and they won it. But it's kind of like they had almost like a race car kind of deal where the
Yeah.
enduros is more of a thing off the street scrapyard kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, well, because like I said, I'm planning a trip to come up for next year. I was gonna say if Megan's off that weekend, I think it would be a great thing to make a trip up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make it a nice big Joe Media and Promotions weekend up there.
Mm-hmm.
Have me up there doing some shit, and then have you up there with the race car to go racing and try out a new track.
There you go.
Flamborough Speedway, please do not book us for that weekend next year. No, I said, I think that'd be a lot of fun. It looks like I said, it looks like a great track. What size is it again? Is it like a quarter mile, third mile?
I'm having a brain fart. I think it's 3/8 maybe.
3/8? Okay.
Maybe. No, eight, three. I can't remember.
I can't even remember right now.
Yeah,
Because yeah, it looks like
it's a smaller track. The backstretch, the backstretch is like a D. Like it's the track's almost like a D. So when you come out of two, you kind of arc your way out and come back into 3 and 4, and it's the front stretch is pretty straight. But yeah, it's a cool track.
yeah, it definitely looks like a lot of fun. I'm just trying to see if there's a. I'm looking through here to see if if it shows anything. Um, honestly, like I said, it looks like a fantastic racetrack. It looks like a lot of fun. Um, the pricing. I'm looking at the pricing here. It is affordable for a family to come out for a night, which is great.
Yeah, for sure.
Like even for the pits, that's affordable.
What's the
Um,
is it
it's on the website here
or
saying it's
something
$30.
like that? Yeah. So I think
Um,
pits. What is it? Pits. Yeah, I think grandstands are anywhere from 10 to 20.
adults are $20, children 17 and under are free, and seniors 75 up are free.
Okay, it's a 7. I thought it was 20 and under. I think they switched that to 20 and under.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, that is phenomenal.
Yeah, they like I said, they bring tons of fans, so they're doing something right there.
Absolutely. It is. It looks like a really flat surface as well.
Yeah,
I think you
it's
said,
track wise.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not there's not a whole lot of banking, so it's a lot of door to door banging out there.
And that's what I like to see. I like to see a little door to door.
Oh, yeah.
Well, again, it makes for better racing. Sometimes that's all that matters is it sucks to say because you don't want to see beat up race cars, but when you get good door to door racing, it creates better content. It creates more. Again, goes back to the storyline stuff, and I like it because it's kind of like it's not egg shaped, but it's round like an O.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of peels out, like you said. It's kind of like a really lazy D.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, the best way to describe it is probably like a flat full throttle.
Okay.
That's probably the best. Like looking at it, it's like a flat full throttle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like a fun place to race. Hell, even if I had a car, I'd go up there and run.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, like it's looking like it's such a great facility. And like we've talked about this continuously tonight, is that Rita and Donnie and Rita have really thrown in to really help with the track, the community. They were even down at Owasso Speedway last weekend as well with a car I saw. And it's good to see because that reminds me of racers owning racetracks, because we have a couple of those guys down this way. JP, who owns Peterborough Speedway, runs in the Pass All Star. Nope. Yeah, I think it's like the Pass All Star Late Model Series down in the
Okay.
States. And then we got Glenn Stires, who runs Oshwegan. He runs in everything possible.
Yeah.
Dude's got a 360 sprint car, a 410 sprint car, 358 modified, an Outlaw modified, Pinty's or NASCAR Canada cars, pro late models, stuff like that. Like he's got everything.
Yeah, and he's got a shop, doesn't he? He's starting to build his own chassis.
Oh, he's got a thing's massive.
That's wild.
I heard it's the size of Flamborough Speedway.
Wow.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my guys last night, and he was saying that the inside the place was massive. All the trailers were parked inside. It was nuts. But yeah, you're right. He's building chassis down there, building sprint car chassis. I'm sure he's gonna move into other chassis as well, such as like asphalt late models and stuff like that. But who knows what you never know what projects he's gonna work on next. But yeah, he's getting his fingers dipped in everything possible, which is great. Great for the sport. I'm just trying to think of some. I had some in my mind and now I blinked out. We're going to be wrapping up here in just a few minutes, but I do want to take the time now for you got a next couple of minutes here to thank anyone and everyone you want to thank for helping you in your racing career. Could be your great grandma, 3 generations, twice removed. Could be a dog that your parents owned that they had before they thought of you. Could be your future children. Could be a bunny you had when you were a kid. I don't know. It could be your sponsors. Could be your dad's sponsors from when you started racing. Could be anyone. But the floor is yours to thank anyone and everyone.
Yeah, racing can't be done without sponsors, obviously. It's pretty expensive to get into. We've been fortunate enough to have Flawless Roofing is the company. Chachi Felice, he does a lot for us. This off season, he helped us with getting a new car. Like, he helped us with everything. He's our number one sponsor. He comes to the racetrack with us, and he's always there and ready. He loves racing, which is great for us, great for him, great for everything. My dad, I couldn't do it without him. He's the one. He's basically the reason I race, right? I watched him growing up and got me into it. I'm trying to think of sponsors here. Viotto and Sons, List with Liz at Century 21, Sandro's Restaurant, UCAB, my aunt, she's done a lot. She helped us get a motor, one of my dad's old motors that he built back in the day from scratch. He got it built from Mickey Marolo Racing Engines. So we were actually fortunate enough to get that motor back. That thing's a beast. She was a huge part in that. So couldn't do without her, couldn't do without my dad, and Flawless Roofing, Chachi Police. He's great. We wouldn't be able to do anything without him.
Awesome. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sponsors is what makes the racing happen for us, and we can't do it without them. So your next race, like you said, is this Saturday at Sunset Speedway. Good luck this weekend. Good luck in the Reveal the Hammer series this summer. Good luck at Laird Raceway. We're going to be keeping an eye on that place this summer. And who knows, maybe we'll throw in some little fun tidbits throughout the year about Laird as well. Maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get you free the week before the Mike Parsons Memorial by chance?
I have no clue, but we can make something work.
Because I was about to say, let's make it happen. Let's hype up the Mike Parsons Memorial, and we'll get you and JP and Rita on that week or something. And we'll get we'll get it hyped down here to see who else will go out that weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Try and drive some more, or get some more drivers to make the trip up here. That'd be the more cars, the better for fans and drivers. It's cool to like someone like J.R. Fitzpatrick. We're racing against him in the Reveal Series, series now, right?
Yeah,
and he's got a late model, so to have him up here too would be cool. That'd be great.
I know I said that on the episode with JP. I think it'd be cool to get JR up there to, because then really that will sell itself as well. You can have former NASCAR driver J.R. Fitzpatrick. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of promotion right there.
I
Sorry?
got to start beside him in last weekend there. I got to start right beside him to start the race there. But
how cool did that feel for
you? It's cool, but like there's so many great drivers and guys that have even come from NASCAR kind of deal that are racing that series now.
Yeah.
So just to be there, just to like qualify and make the show, it's cool.
Yeah, it definitely makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck this season. We're excited to follow along. Where can fans find you on social media?
We have a Facebook page called Chase Wilson Racing.
Okay.
So that's a good spot. And that's pretty much all we got for like our side of things. I got my personal Instagram and that kind of stuff. But as for racing aspect, it's Chase Wilson Racing on Facebook.
All right. Sounds good. Well, good luck this season. We're excited to watch you, and good luck. Safe travels this weekend down to Sunset. And yeah, good luck with your season. We'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
Well, we had a lot of fun chatting with Chase Wilson tonight in our GraphInk Design Studio guest segment. We're excited to see how he does this weekend at Sunset Speedway. I know I won't be there, unfortunately, but I'll be following along on Race Monitor, see how he does, and good luck to him and the team for this summer, and hopefully I'll run into him at one of the races this year or next year. So that's going to do it for us for this week from the True North Racing Podcast presented by Driving With Hailey. We got to thank each and every one of you who listens, tunes in, even just for a minute. You guys we appreciate you guys a lot on the show. Please I forgot what I was going to say there. If you guys like what you guys are listening to or watching right now, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. We do see who subscribes, and it's always nice to see who's following us and checking us out. You guys can also follow along with Jomo Media Promotions on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's summer, it's racing season, so we're gonna be putting out content almost daily, if not every other day right now. We got lots going on. There's lots of new things coming out now. This week I'm gonna have about I think 3 videos I'm gonna put out this week and a couple more next week. Then after that we got race day vlogs almost every other week this summer. So we are jam packed
It's exciting, and I already got to reschedule 2 of them now, so there's lots more to come. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us for this week of the True North Racing Podcast. We're Driving with Hailey. For Megan Mitchell, I'm John Morrison. See you guys next time. Bye now.
Yes.
Smell the gas and feel the vibe. Going into overdrive. Drop the flag.